make tornadoes. Cold and hot air come together. Right, and it's been cold in the mornings. You know what I'm saying? hmm
Sports coverage in the NFL brings us to the so-called Silicon Valley and Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. The scene a short time ago, this crowd, they love their 49ers, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room, and we're ready for football.
My stream up on my franchise game.
Set to do battle with the Arizona Cardinals.
Say what? I can't hear you.
For a much-needed and much welcome diversion, the NFL
Okay.
is back. Here
Man, you go get in the chat room, man.
Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
10-10 at their own 21-yard line.
They'll start with the option.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Let's make these babies cry all the way back.
And he finally goes out of bounds across the opposite 40. I'll tell you, if you lined up Kyler Murray and Lamar Jackson for a foot race, I think Kyler Murray might just be a bit faster. And boy, was he moving there. Incredible.
And to anyone who gets concerned when they see a quarterback running with the football, you just let him be himself. Let him be him. And I guess what you'd say there is hard to hit what you can't catch.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. From the gun, Murray. And this is incomplete. The tight end set to valve the intended receiver, but now it'll be 3rd down. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
Yards to go.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Out of the gun, here's Murray. And he fires one that's intercepted.
I'm ready to
Picked off by Quan Williams. That, Charles, the first interception he's thrown here in year number 2.
And I know it's just the first one, but didn't it feel like what we saw from him last year, where he was plagued by this type of a play? And they thought that, over the offseason, going into a second season, some of that would go away. Thus far, still looks a lot like his rookie year.
First carry, he gets it forward for 4, maybe 5, but the flags fly. And this one could be coming back. So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
This is Mostert. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Now a play fake. Kaepernick. This one complete to Jordan Reed. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius. Understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball. And puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
Let's get that ball, Let's get that ball.
On first down, Kaepernick. And they'll get this on the screen to Mostert. A nice little screen there, 6 on first down. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Here's Mostert. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Raheem Mostert averaged 5.6 yards per carry last year. That was second in the NFL. So it's safe to say that it paid off that he patterned his work ethic after his hero Frank Gore, the former 49er. That's a guy who really shows you how to go out and get it done each and every day. Raheem Mostert patterned him and had a breakout season in 2019 with the 49ers. Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
Let's go, P, let's go. Hey, let's get there. Mike,
Kaepernick will try again on second down. He's got this to the rookie from ASU. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 18. A good pickup there, 22. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Into the red zone now, Kaepernick. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Deebo Samuel was the intended receiver, but it's going to be second down.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. A first carry for the former Falcon, Tevin Coleman. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. An 18-yard touchdown run. And the Niners have taken the early lead. People always talk about one of his biggest strengths running the football, vision, and he found the spot there, went into the end zone.
You're exactly right about that. It wasn't just the vision, right? Once he saw the gap, decisiveness, made up his mind, and about the power to finish the play. Not only did he get good blocking, he created his own space as well.
And this will make it into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. To throw is Murray. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
Niners take over 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
check 50, check 50. Check 50.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are
Why Mostert ain't got his X factor?
the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. Let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
Being chased out left. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here, he throws it away, and now it's 3rd. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Now Cap, he's going to look to run. On 3rd down, here comes Mostert. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. They get the first. The decision to run on 3rd and medium winds up being a good one.
What a breakout season Raheem Mostert had in 2019, and now he's got a chance to be the lead back for his team. In fact, he spent time in the offseason bulking up, trying to get stronger, to absorb the extra hits and be available for more snaps. He wants to be a guy who carries the ball from game 1 all the way through game 16 in the regular season.
2 yards on the
Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
91. Check, check. Lucky, lucky, lucky. Check 31, check 31. Check three.
Kaepernick going to throw.
Oh,
Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. Third down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Check 6 guard. Quick dash.
To throw, Kaepernick. Now they're staring at a 4th down as Arizona's defense does its job.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And in his 15th season, he's able to get this one to go. And that will make it 10-0 here in the first. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to their goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result had he opted for the... touchback.
25-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 7 yards there and a first down.
A gain of 7. And the Cardinal first down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports.
Hey, watch the slant. Hey, Mike, 20.
On 1st and 10, here's Murray. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit. Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on 2nd down. Edmonds going to get the handoff here on the option. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 7 yards there and a first down. I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. Actually wrote that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that down. I appreciate that, partner. But I do think they've been able to do that. Maybe not as effectively as they wanted to, but I think we'll see more as this game goes along because they want to continue to take care of that young QB.
And Murray gets this into the hands of Edmonds. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Give him 6 on the play, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Here we go. Shoot.
Complete to
You can't choke that out,
and
son
he'll
of a
go
bitch.
down at the 28. 9 yards to pick
You
up
see
there,
it,
and it's a
jump
first
it.
down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
57. 57. I know he ain't.
Throwing on first down is Murray. Flushed out right. Fitzgerald's got it right side. And down inside the 15 he goes. 15 yards that time, and the Cardinals move the chains. The Cardinals into the red zone for the first time. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. Running for the shotgun. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Flush to his right. This is caught. And so close, he gets it to the 1.
Oh,
Right there.
wow.
That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll hand it to Drake here on the option. And he fights his way in, not giving up. And it's a Cardinal touchdown. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Cardinals have cut it to within a score. Zane Gonzalez on for the extra point. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now.
Makes the score Niners 10, Cardinals 7. Zane Gonzalez.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. Fielded in the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like you had green on that play.
They had a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 16-yard line.
Easy.
To throw, Kaepernick. Dancing to his left. He's going to take off with it. And he's got room. Kaepernick hit.
What?
He lost the football. And the Cardinals have got it. Going the other way. And this one will be brought back to the 22.
That was my fault.
All right, let's be frank. You hate the fumble at the end of the play. But prior to that, I liked a lot of what was going on. Tucks it down, takes off, picks up good yardage. But in that portion of the field, that close to the sideline,
Step out.
yeah, either get down or get out of bounds. Take care of the ball.
Yeah, he had the yards, but then the mistake. Murray on the option. He'll give it to Drake. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. Murray a give. This is Drake. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard.
This is 3rd down.
Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there now. Check three. Check 26.
shotgun now from Murray.
Ah.
And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Kenyon Drake. Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Cardinals have taken the lead.
That supposed to be my pick.
And that makes it 14-10.
Makes the score Cardinals
That supposed to be my
14,
pick.
49ers 10. Zane Gonzalez to kick off for Arizona.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. Taken in the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down. Throwing now is Kaepernick.
Oh, I did.
Trying for Ayuk, but it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker Jordan Hicks. And they will score. It's a pick six.
I'm tripping.
The Cardinals touchdown.
I'm tripping.
It goes without saying, but
I'm tripping.
gonna say it anyway.
We ain't out of
That's a
it.
ball he would like to have back.
I'm
And it lands
tripping.
right in
I
the
threw
lap
a
of the
pick.
defender from there. He didn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
And he'll bang that one through.
Makes the score Cardinals
I threw a
21,
pick.
49ers 10.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. Fielded in the end zone. And we see James. He will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25.
Their own 25-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down. 3 yards the gain there, second down. Here's Kaepernick to throw.
At the 42-yard line.
And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
Third down and 7.
You don't want nothing.
Hey, 91! 91!
You don't want to see me. You don't want
On third and long, it's Kaepernick.
Oh, he dropped it.
Complete.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well.
He dropped.
Popped it free from his grasp.
Wishnowski
threw
on the
that
punt
pick.
as he sends this one away. Now it's Peterson.
I threw
Call that
that
a
pick.
43-yard punt, 2 on the return. And control of the football,
I
switching
threw that
hands with
pick,
very
man.
little time remaining until the half. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Throwing on second down. Murray going deep for Hopkins. Oh, they've intercepted Murray for the 3rd time. Picked off by Jason Barrett. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter.
Let's keep moving. Right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there.
A final shot before half for Kaepernick.
Oh, too
Go
close.
down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
Take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
All right.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
Ain't no such thing as a loss.
Third quarter starts with a run for Mostert.
Well, why would they make you go back inside?
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain, so you can use that to set up your play action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football, because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. Once again, it's Mostert. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Hey, switch gears.
They'll try and run here with Mostert, and he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall.
Wow.
Line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run.
I got a
Flies it
pick.
like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. 46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. And this one will wind up being down just outside of that 20-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points, and they'll look to add to that lead.
And how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now.
Wow, look at that. Wow.
Gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets them a 1st down.
First down, Arizona.
They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer. Y'all playing wrong foot.
Here's Murray. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42.
Yeah, we just started because we couldn't find each other on the whatchamacallit at first.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
I'm almost through though. It's the end of the third.
To run play action with Drake and look to throw it. Now he lets it go deep for Kirk. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete. Christian Kirk, the man he was looking for. And it's 3rd down.
Love the idea, love the concept, but you got to leave a little room on the sideline so he can fade into it when he makes the catch. That was thrown too close to it for the receiver to make a play.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. On 3rd down, Drake. They showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Here's Andy Lee now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. Oh, it's a wobbler here. It'll be called just a 22-yard punt. Certainly not what he wanted. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
He takes this from the 30 to the 34.
If you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they create some nice space for him.
And that will be incomplete.
How about some applause for the
Wow,
defense?
man.
Forcing to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
I have to go. I can't go for that.
Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away.
I can't go for that.
First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
They'll start out here with the option left, and that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
Well, he's had success running the football in this one. Yeah, that's undeniable, but that time the defense was on to it.
And, partner, I think the more you see a play like this, the more they're able to diagnose it quicker and easier for them to defend it. I think you have to dress it up a little bit and show maybe some different formations and looks.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Murray. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Eric Armstead able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Like how they've started the 3rd quarter here. They forced one on the 1st drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their 2nd win coming out of the locker room. It'll be a net of 40 yards there.
My depot. I gotta do my depth chart. I ain't my depth chart.
Possession will switch hands. 1st and 10. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't come before. Time to shake things up a little bit.
Come on,
get this
bro.
offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked so well, and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down. Here's Kaepernick. Buying time to his left. His throw incomplete. George Kittle, the Pro Bowl.
Wow, man.
Receiver. And now it's 2nd down.
Wow.
To 2nd and 10.
My throw on the run is garbage.
2nd and 10, 3rd quarter of the season opener.
Bandit. Mike, check.
Now Kaepernick again.
Good
And
D.
that one knocked away
Good
and
D.
incomplete. Nice job.
That nigga
defensively
delayed on that and then went with that man.
of the 3rd quarter. Back now here in Santa Clara.
That nigga delayed on that and then went with that man.
They find themselves behind as we hit the 4th and final quarter.
Good D.
The Niners on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Again, it's Kaepernick. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
Really? Really? Did we just see that? That's a big catch. One-handed, I might add, to pick up a first down.
I was going to say on third down for the defense, it's one thing to give up a reception. You just got to shake your head on a one-handed catch to pick up the first. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. 22 yards. And the 49ers have cut it back within a score. I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute...
Oh, my God.
No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And his top speed, as computed by Next Gen Stats, not bad. He was pushing 20 miles an hour. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's
Fumble,
down at
and
the
I'll
27.
turn the ball over.
At their own 27-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a one-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football.
Wow! He stopped in front of me with that.
Pressure and make plays for you and make sure they touch it.
Did that really just happen? He stopped and my man grabbed him.
Some good games around the league here early in week 1, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a 1st and 10.
My man grabbed it. Wow.
Jet sweep to start the drive.
Wow, my man grabbed him.
Down to the 29-yard line.
He grabbed
3
it.
yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I never seen that.
Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Nick Bosa in there to get him. It's a loss of 5.
Talk about a young man who's been living up to the hype. Nick Bosa, 9 sacks in the regular season 2019, but really turned his game up for the postseason. Had 4 in their run to the Super Bowl with the 49ers. This guy plays with such passion, such strength, and a huge football IQ. Seems to understand where plays are going to go even before the ball is snapped.
Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. Eluding the pressure right. Airs it out toward the corner of the end zone. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
This shit bent. That shit bent in there. Wow, that shit bent in there. Wow.
That drive ends in 3. From a defensive perspective, though, I think
it bent in there. Really?
Kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they had the touchdown during the last drive, and I'm guessing that you like the balance they had on that last drive.
And I loved it. Forget liking it. Absolutely love what they were doing, because to be ahead of a defense that much, every play call you have, run or pass, defense is working pretty well for you.
Makes you look like a genius.
It really does. It also lets you know that your preparation was pretty good, and now the defense has to do all the adjusting.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now a pass hauled in downfield. Touchdown! 49ers! With his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the 49ers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter.
That ties the game 24-24.
Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back.
Oh! That was weak as fuck right there.
Before he reaches the 33-yard line.
That was weak as fuck right there.
For Arizona. 43
That was
yards.
weak as fuck right there.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
That was just weak as fuck right there.
From the gun, Murray. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
You tell they wanted to get that ball downfield. They had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. To throw again, Murray. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback when he delivers the ball.
On 3rd down, Murray. It's caught on the right side, Williams. And now defensively they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This for the lead in the final stages. Gonzalez's kick is good. And the Cardinals have the first points. It's 3-0. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. To throw is Kaepernick.
Cool, baby.
Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
He'll look to throw. Looking for Ayuk, and he's got it. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 15-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They'll stay on the ground in motion and tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. And they'll run the option on 3rd and short.
Ah! He knocked the fuck out of my credit bag.
That simply is a missed opportunity. If they take the ball downfield and score, they've got a chance to win the game. Instead, they cough it up. I don't think next week at practice is going to be a whole lot of fun for him.
On the other side, no bigger time to force a turnover when you've got that small lead.
Yeah, and when you look at it from the offense's perspective,
Oh,
taking care of the ball is so
bitch.
important. I know they're going to have all kind of ball security drills in practice all next week.
Murray's going to look to throw this thing. And the Niners get there and bring him down. So it's a win here for the Arizona Cardinals. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty.
Oh man, when I seen that, I should have ran this.
It wasn't always pretty, but
I didn't think them niggas was gonna get out there and like that.
And they will head home for next week's contest. That is against Washington. Meanwhile, for the Niners, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll try to turn things around next week.
2 turnovers
as
killed
they have
me in
a
the
game
game.
at MetLife Stadium with the New York Jets.
Don't worry, Cap. We going to the
I'm
Super
Brandon
Bowl,
Gaudin.
baby.
Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll
Hey,
catch
get
you
your
next
throw in
time
the
right
run,
here. It's
though.
the NFL on EA Sports.
Damn, man, that turnover, man, and I fumbled the ball. Oh, and I fumbled the ball. It's been a while since I got there ran off. I'm done, cuz. I'm done. But can y'all give me 5 minutes to go to the store and get me some cigarettes right quick? Yeah. Yeah, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done, cuz. I don't know. I lost my first franchise game. Oh, what you gonna